Hi everyone, welcome to Knotty, your first crochet project. Today we're working on the cloud collection. This one starts exactly as our other scrunchies. The only difference is we're adding one extra layer at the end. From your kit, take out the yarn balls, your hair tie, and the crochet hook. Now we're starting with this blue pre-mixed yarn ball. Before we start, let me show you how to hold the yarn. So I'll take out my yarn, having my palm facing myself. I'm going to lightly wrap the yarn on my pinky finger and guide it over behind my index finger and grab it like this. Now we're going to attach the yarn to the hair tie. I'm going to place my yarn on top of the hair tie like this. Now I'm going to grab my hook, insert my hook into the hair tie, and from right to the left, grab the yarn, pull it up. As you can see, it creates a loop on my hook. Now I'm going to have my hook under the yarn over, pull it through the loop on my hook. That's a slip knot. Now we're going to make chain stitches. To make a chain stitch, put your hook under the yarn from left to right, grab the yarn over, then pull it through the loop on my hook, like this. That's one chain stitch. As you can see, there is a little V in here. That means one stitch. We're going to do 5. So same thing, from left to right, hook under, yarn over, pull it through the loop on my hook. That's 2. Hook under, yarn over, pull it through the loop. 3. Again, yarn over, pull it through. 4. Hook under, yarn over. 5. These chains helps you decide how fluffy the scrunchie will be. As you can see, this is about the same length as this one right here. Now, if you want your scrunchie to be a little bit fluffier, you can always chain more, like this. And if this is too much for you, let's just simply take out my hook, pull the yarn slowly, make sure to keep it slow, then going back into the loop right here. Now we have decided how fluffy we want it to be. Let's move on to a double crochet. So I'm going to have my hook from left to right, yarn over again, insert my hook into the hair tie. From right to the left, grab the yarn, pull it through the hair tie. You wanted to make sure to pull it up to about the same height as your chain stitches. And because the hair tie is stretchy, I'll usually pinch down right here where the yarn and hair tie meets. As you can see, I have 3 loops on my hook right now. That's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to have my hook under, yarn over again, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops left on our hook. I'm going to yarn over again, pull it through the last 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet. Now I'm going to make 3 more chain stitches. So from left to right, hook under, yarn over, pull it through the loop on my hook. 1, 2, 3. The pattern for the base scrunchie is 1 double crochet, 3 chain stitches. We're going to repeat this all the way through. Now let's do another double crochet. So from left to right, grab the yarn, insert my hook, from right to the left, grab the yarn, pull it up. Make sure you see 3 loops on your hook, like this. Now I'm going to pinch down, yarn over again, pull it through the first 2 loops. Yarn over again, pull it through the last 2 loops. Now we're going to do another 3 chain stitches. From left to right, yarn over, pull it through the loop, yarn over, pull it through the loop, yarn over, pull it through the loop. Again, after 3 chain stitches, 1 double crochet, yarn over, insert my hook, from right to the left, grab my yarn, pull it up, about the same height, pinch down, yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. You wanted to keep all your double crochets about the same height. This helps the scrunchie look round and even. Now we just repeat the pattern. After 1 double crochet, that's 3 chain stitches. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through the loop. Again, 1 double crochet, yarn over, insert, grab the yarn, pull up, yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the last 2 loops. Now 3 chain stitches. From left to right, yarn over, pull it through the loop on my hook, yarn over, pull it through the loop on my hook, like this. Now let's repeat this pattern all the way around the hair tie, and I'll see you later. Now after a few more stitches, your scrunchie might start to looking like this, but somehow you still have a lot of yarn left. Well, I want you to squeeze the stitches together a little bit like this. This is where we are actually at. All the yarn balls are pre-measured, so you're supposed to use up the entire yarn ball. Now keep going, I'll meet you at the end. Now I'm going to finish up the last few stitches of the first round. So again, I'm going to chain 3, a double crochet, and chain 3 again. As you can see, I only have this much left. I'm going to finish up and leave the end. I'm going to find my first 5 chain stitches, which is right here. As you can see, right next to my first 5 chain stitches, it's my first double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into the first double crochet, which is the V right on top of this double crochet right here. I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over again, grab the yarn, and pull it through. Now I'm going to clean up these 2 ends here. I'm going to pull the yarn through the first 5 chain stitches we made at the beginning. I want both ends of the yarn to meet right in the middle of the 5 chain stitches. I'm going to insert my hook into anywhere that's like close to the ends. And I'm going to yarn over, pull it through right here. Same thing for the other ends. I'm going to find somewhere that's like close to the end and bring them to the middle. Again, finding somewhere close to the end. Grab the yarn, pull it through. Now my first end is right in the middle already. Same thing with the other end. I'm gonna insert, pull the yarn through. So you can see they're pretty much in the middle now. I'm going to tie a knot. I'll usually do it 2 times just to make it firm. Now we're going to find a scissor just to cut off all the excess. Adjust it a little bit. Okay, now that the first round is finished, we're ready for the cloud collection details. For the round 2, we're going to take out our white yarns. Same thing, I'm going to wrap my yarn on my pinky finger, then guide it over to my index finger. Now that we're prepared, we're going to find a double crochet from the first round. Any double crochet will do. As you can see, these are your double crochets, and I'm going to look for a V on top of the double crochet, which is right here if you can tell. I'm going to insert my hook under the V right here and pull the yarn through my V. Now we have a loop on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again from left to right, pull it through the loop, and tighten it. That's our first slip knot. Now we're going to secure the yarn with a single crochet. So what I do is I'm going to insert my hook into the same V that I just had a slip knot on. So I'm going to insert my hook into the V right here. From right to the left, I'm going to pull the yarn through the loop. Now as you can see, I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through the both loops. That's a single crochet. Now the yarn is secured. I'm going to do 5 chain stitches. So from left to right, yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, our first round is like 1 double crochet, 3 chain stitches, then 1 double crochet. So I will usually do a single crochet in the second chain stitch, which is right here, but it can be really tricky for beginners to find where the second chain stitch is. So the alternative is I'm going to insert my hook into the gap, which is a space between 2 double crochet. Then I'm going from right to the left, grab the yarn. Now I have 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through. That's 1 single crochet. I want you to tighten the single crochet a little bit so it doesn't budge, and we want to keep it in the middle. So same thing, we're gonna chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we find our next double crochet, which is this long string right here, and find the V on top of that. Insert our hooks into the V, grab the yarn. Now we have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull it through those 2 loops. That's 1 single crochet. Now we repeat. We are going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then find the middle. Now if you don't want the easy way out, I'm going to find the second chain stitches, which is right here, right under the V. I'm going to insert my hook in here, pull the yarn, and yarn over, pull it through the both 2 loops on my hook. Tighten up. As you can see, there is a side-by-side difference. This one is working into the space, looks like. This is working into the second chain, looks like. So there isn't really like a huge difference. It really just comes down to personal preference. So now we're going to repeat the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 5, working to the next double crochet, which is right here under the V. Insert my hook, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull it through the loop. Now that's the pattern we repeat. We're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to do 1 single crochet in the middle of the gap. I'm going to tighten it a little. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 5. Find the next double crochet, the V on top of the double crochet. Insert my hook. Grab the yarn. Yarn over, pull it through the 2 loops on my hook. Tighten it a little. Then repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the gap. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet into the double crochet. Now keep going with this pattern and I'll see you later. Now I'm getting close to where I started my white yarn, and I'm almost done with the round 2. I'm just going to keep repeating the same pattern a couple more times. Just chain 5, single crochet on the double crochet, insert my hook, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull it through the both loops, tighten it, chain 5, single crochet in the space, insert my hook, grab the yarn, yarn over, pull it through the both loops, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's the time to close the round. I'm going to find my very first single crochet right here. You can see there is a little V in here. So I'm going to insert my hook into the little V in here. Then I'm going to do a slip stitch. Yarn over, pull it through both 2 loops and tighten it. If you have a lot of yarn left, just cut it in the middle. So now I'm going to cut the yarn, leave a relatively small end. Next, I'm going to wave the tail so it disappears. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert my hook anywhere that's close to the tail, and I'm going to pull the yarn through a few more times to make it more secured. You can also grab both of them if you want to. The whole purpose of it is just to make it more secure and invisible. If this looks pretty much secured to you, we can just cut off all the excess. We are going to just simply adjust it a little. And that's it. Your cloud scrunchie is finished. If you followed along and made it this far, congratulations, you just finished your cloud scrunchie. Thank you for watching and spending your time with me today, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!